Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's very loud over here because the waterfall. But let me show you something. Beautiful fall. And right beside the fall, there's a couple of caves. There's a cave over there. And then there's a cave down here. And I will, inshallah, tell you a hadith mubarakah that mentions a cave and the benefits and the lessons we can learn from that hadith, inshallah. At the base of the falls, I showed you a couple of caves and said I will tell you about a hadith mubarakah that mentions the caves. So the summary of the hadith mubarakah is as follows, and we'll try and see if we can extract some lessons from it as well. There's always lessons in the hadith mubarakah, but what can we extract from that? The final prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it's stated in Sahih Bukhari as well as in Muslim, that there were three individuals on a journey, and while on the journey they encountered a storm and needed to find a shelter. So they found a shelter, which was a cave. They hid inside the cave to let the storm go by and spend the night there. But while they were in the cave, a big boulder fell onto the opening of the cave and blocked them inside. Now they were worried how they would get out. So one of the three started to make dua. He said, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I have elderly parents, and every day I would come home from work. First thing I would do is tend to them. I wouldn't even go take care of my kids. I would tend to my parents. And one night when I came home, they were already asleep. So I stood by their side holding the bowl of milk until they would wake up. And then I went to serve my kids. Wallah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of this deed, remove this calamity from us. So as he made this dua, the boulder moved just a little bit. The second one started to make dua. He says, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I had an opportunity to commit a major sin, but out of the fear of you, Ya Allah, I was fearful of you, so I abandoned that sin. While I was alone, I had full opportunity. I gave up that sin, Ya Allah. For the sake of that fear, move that boulder. Move this calamity, move this trouble from us. So the boulder moved a little bit more. And the third person then said, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I had an employee who left before I could pay him. So what I did was I took his money and invested into the business, and the business grew to the extent that I had lots of sheep and goats. And when he came back and asked for his money, I showed him all his, whatever he was owed, basically all the goats and animals, all the business I grew from his wealth. I gave it to him, and he was very happy. And that third person said, Ya Allah Azza wa Jalla, I did it for your sake, Ya Allah, for the sake of this good deed. Remove this boulder from the face of the cave. As he completed this dua, the boulder moved from there and they were able to get out of there. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. This hadith mubarakah shows us the strength of power.